here's some other information about direct mail. You know, the power of the mailbox. Direct mail is the foundation upon which many businesses build their advertising. Of all the advertising mediums, it's the only form of advertising that outperforms word of mouth and together represents half of all customers when it comes to what works best. Direct mail allows you to target, measure your advertising so you're not advertising to customers that are not likely to buy your product, saving you money. In addition, it's measurable so you know if your ad dollars are working. Because the number of households you mail to, Save On is a powerful tool to reach those customers that may not already be aware of your goods and services. So direct mail is targetable, affordable, and measurable. And in here, on this sheet here, here's some direct mail stats. This is that managing the expectations again. And there's the expectation form. So again, this is timing, all that kind of stuff, asking their customers what the value, how, you know, all that type of thing. So this is the form that you have. Their monthly investment is $2,000, all right? And their average sale is $500. They're a painter, let's say. Their closing ratio, you ask them. So if you go on 10 appointments, how many of those end up becoming a customer? Now, most of these guys that do this are definitely drivers, okay, because they're the guys going out on the appointment. And first of all, again, we're really good. So they'll never tell you less than 50%. If you find one that does, call me, because I got to know who it is. You cannot, I sell every one of them. I go in, they're mine. I own them. So they're going to say 50%. So out of 10 leads, I'm going to sell half of them. So monthly sales expected from this investment. So let's just say they remember I told you they always, and they'll know this right offhand. You will not have to figure this, although I've given you how to figure it here. All right? But if you say, well, what do you need to sell in order to pay for that $2,000? And he's going to say, I like to stay at 10%. I need $20,000 in sales. Okay? And he'll tell you that. If he says, I need to stay at 15%, well, I don't want to be higher than 15%. So he's spending $2,000. I expect to stay at 15%. So what you do is you take that 15% and divide it by what they're spending. So somebody did it for me? They're spending $2,000. They want to stay at 15%. No, it's $13,333. 2,000 divided by 0.15, 15%. So they have to get $13,333 to make this. So let's round it up, $13,500. Their average sales $500. How many sales do they need? So I divide that by 500. I need 27. I need 27 sales. Okay? So I got to get them. If they only get half of them, I got to give them twice as much. I got to get them 54 leads. So I put down here the amount of sales needed is 13,000. The average sales 500. The number of sales is 27. The total number of sales needed is 27 divided by their 50% gives you 54 leads. So I got to get him 54 appointments out of his investment.
Appointments or
Leads.
leads?
So 54 calls, 54 whatever. All right, are you with me? It's nice to know that too, because, you know, it says that you can you get them? They're mailing to 500,000 homes. Can we get them 50 leads? Yeah, we should be able to. And more. So this form is for all your regular customer. We put a little database down here just so you can have some information, but it says their monthly investment. They're going to spend $500. Their average sale is the person comes back 5 times a year, their average customer is worth $100. They need how many coupons to be a success? And so you say that to them. Your average customer is worth $100. Your monthly investment's $500. So that's 5 customers to pay for it. And of course, you got profits and you need everything. And so how many coupons do you feel? This is more of a what do they think type of thing. Well, 15, 20. I need 20 coupons to make this really work for me. Okay. And as long as you think it's a reasonable number, if they tell you 250, then you go down the path of, $100 times 250. So you want $25,000 in return for a $500 investment. You want to do, that's a 0.5% of advertising cost. Most people spend 3 to 5% on a campaign for an advertising program. All right, now down here, this tells you, like for example, auto body repair, an amount's worth $1,700. That's for a collision place, okay? A dentist, their value is worth $180. Dry cleaners, $480 a year. A florist, $500 a year. A girl who does baskets. So that gives you some idea what the value of a customer, a guy at a pizzeria, a customer's worth $300 a year. It's $12.50 a time, but you buy pizza a couple times a month. So then you can just sign this and make a copy and give it to them. You can ask them to sign it. I don't really care about the signature, as long as you show it to them and they understand it. It's okay if they sign it, and then they go, well, why am I signing this? Well, one of the things that's really important to us is that we want to manage and make sure you're satisfied with what we do. And in fact, somebody will be calling you to make sure that you understand our billing and make sure the artwork was, explained to you and you're happy with what we did, making sure that I do my job and I'm bringing you books and so forth. And then the second month when the book comes out, we're going to call you back to make sure your redemption and that it's working for you. Because if it's not, we want to make sure we can make the changes up front to ensure better success for you. And that's really important for Save On. Okay, so you tell them that. That's what you say to them. Okay? Make sense?